AJ Dybantsa was doing a Q&A on social media earlier this week, and kind of just a fun little moment. We know that AJ is very interactive. I have referred to him as Gen Z LeBron James. I think this is basically like dropping superstar athlete, all world guy in the world of always being on social media and vlogging, and you get AJ Dybantsa. It's gonna be a fun, unique year with him. However, one of the questions he singled out I thought was somewhat interesting here. Why did you choose BYU? Two words from AJ Dybantsa. Kevin Young, period. End quote. Kevin Young, breakout star coach. They lost Mark Pope. It'd be hard to replace him. He's basically hit a grand slam in his 1 year as BYU's head coach since. But AJ giving Kevin Young the entire credit for why he's at BYU. Do you believe him? And how impressed by that are you?
Yeah, I mean it's Kevin Young and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But Young is a recruiting machine, first of all, and not to mention an offensive mastermind who has built a spread ball screen attack that AJ will slide into seamlessly. And he might help some of their dribble defense issues just because of his length and athleticism. I mean, Kiba already ensures there'll be a decent rim defense, and AJ could be kind of a devious weak side help block defender. I'm sure at least half of the reason AJ's in Provo is because Young is such a fun coach. AJ is a good fit and he's a good recruiter. On Tano's player speak bullshit meter, this is like a 2.5 out of 10.
It's my favorite reoccurring segment. I love it. So man, I don't want to be the bad guy here. Um, and I think I've caught flack for doing this in the past. I do believe AJ is like 99% genuine. He's as genuine as a human being can be while wearing a Red Bull flat bill hat and a Red Bull jacket and BYU gear while vlogging with NBA players coming to visit him. Um, Everything he does is for show. He's comfortable with that. And I think that's okay. It doesn't mean anything negative about him to say that he's like a guy comfortable in the spotlight and loves the superstar element of this. I think that's a really compelling contrast to the way Darren Peterson is wired, who seems to be all ball all the time. That's it. Lock me in a gym. And these two are going to compete for being the number one pick. Meanwhile, Boozer's the guy that wins everything and just goes to the best team in the country. So, I'm more excited for this race for the number one pick than like any in recent memory. AJ's the most fun one to follow because of his personality. And I love when players are that way. It's going to be really compelling to
He'll
watch.
also be the most fun to watch because he's an electric guy who's going to be playing in a really fun offense designed by one Kevin Young.
Right.
Like BYU is going to be an incredible watch this year.
Right. So here's where I play devil's advocate on the bullshit meter. If he had four more words, like if he was 6 words, why'd you go to BYU? I think he would have said Kevin Young and the 7 million.
Hmm.
Like, can we be grown-ups about this? like, like he's at BYU for the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I wrong on that? Like, he wouldn't be at BYU under Kevin Young without the money. Kevin Young's great too, but
Probably not. I wonder how much he must have been fielding offers from other teams, right?
Dion, how's your job going?
Beginning of the school year, everything's like a little up and down. One of the biggest issues we've had is we can't find any uniforms for our girls' sports teams.
Mm, that's a difficult thing to find a solution for. I know damn well all about that because I got a daughter that just turned 2. She's into sports and she's already outgrowing every little piece of sports apparel she had. Thankfully, I know Clara Kate Creations. Clara Kate Creations was started by a former high school teacher who quit because it wasn't cost effective to send new twins and a 2-year-old to daycare. She found it easier to make girls' sports apparel than finding it to buy. And I am so thankful that she exists because if we have an old shirt of Murph's that she's outgrown, we can send it in and she takes that piece of apparel that means something and upcycles it into an outfit that Murphy can now wear as she grows up. She makes great stuff. It's honestly kind of like your fullback's wife, Kyle Juszczyk. Is that how you say it? She does that. But honestly, I think Clara Kate's coming for Mrs. Juszczyk's job.
I love that. I'm a big Juice guy. Love his wife. Love Clara Kate even more than both of them, though.
You can send in your own custom ideas and she will come up with a design. She's just the best. Look up Clara Kate Creations on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and more.
Like was this like do we have any intel on that? Like did
The
this offer
supposed
blow the competition out of the park?
So AJ has shot this down, and credit to him, he should shoot it down. But again, he's shooting it down as he goes to his seventh Red Bull shoot of the week. The rumor was that BYU hit $7 million for 1 year of AJ Dybantsa. Alabama came nowhere close. North Carolina came nowhere close. And by then he had, I think, pretty much eliminated the other serious bag dropping schools that wanted him. So look, again, BYU has proven it's not just AJ, and this is legal, by the way. I'm not saying it's bad. I remember BYU fans got really upset in the summer because they, much like Purdue fans, and I think fans everywhere, they want to feel like the good guy. And it's hard to square. There was an article recently written by someone in the church of like being this morally superior, I don't know, like school that cares about good things, being the school that's like, hey, we'll pay you to take your point guard, Scott Drew. Because that's what they did. That let's just be clear about it. They called Rob Wright and said, we'll give you double the money. And Rob Wright said, okay, I'll come. Scott Drew could do nothing about that. There's a bunch of other players on this team that are also there for this reason. They've had an unlimited budget. Now, Kevin Young's the reason they have an unlimited budget.
That's the point right there. Yeah. BYU boosters, whoever they are, won't name them, whatever. Would not be this bought in if they didn't have a great coach.
Right.
Instead,
And
they have a great coach, so they're like, all right, here's everything you need to go be a top 10 team. And they did it. And like AJ probably wouldn't be at BYU without the 7 million. Probably wouldn't be there without Kevin Young.
that's actually probably the twist. Yeah. He wouldn't be there without seven
I think
million.
it's hand in hand.
He wouldn't be there without the 7 million. The 7 million wouldn't be there without Kevin Young.
Yes.
Yeah, which is fair. It is crazy objectively. You lost Mark Pope and gained an unlimited budget in 1 year.
And what's funny is that, Kevin Young runs a lot of the same stuff that Mark Pope ran. I sort of got, I feel like I watched the team at the beginning of this year and the teams at the end of last year. And I was like, did Mark Pope like leave his playbook in the office accidentally? Like it looks like a lot of the same shit is run. It looks very similar. They just have more money now.
Yeah, which is special. It's one of the more impressive things I think a first year head coach has ever done, getting BYU's resources into the spot that it's been immediately. Like you wouldn't be able to tell if you blindly took away the location, the uniforms, everything. Just look at what Kentucky basketball's been in a year and what BYU basketball's been in a year. I wouldn't know which one is Kentucky. And
Yeah.
that's the craziest thing in favor of Kevin Young. He's also got there's current NBA players coming to BYU practice to be around Dybantsa right now. Keontae George has been doing this for a couple of weeks now. It is an environment Young has crafted that I think is very intentional, that is going to appeal to any young prospect that wants to be an NBA player one day.
That's a really good point too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. But shout out to AJ for giving Kevin Young some props.